We are halfway through the year. So here is the question. Are your goals still alive or on life support? Let me know how you're faring on your goals. In today's episode, I'm going to share my checklist of how I successfully undertake my half year review. If you have never done it, this could be your first opportunity. And if you have done it before, you can just compare what you did and what I will be sharing. If you have any ideas that you would also like us to explore, leave them in the comments down below. Hello, good people. Jessie is my name, and this is Money and Growth Circle TMG. And on this channel, we talk about personal finance and personal development. If this is your kind of content, you can consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be among the notification gang. Let's get to the video. The first thing we're going to do is a goals review and status. I'm going to pose a question. Did you set goals at the beginning of the year? Not resolutions, but goals that you plan to achieve. Let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, this is how I am going to undertake the half year review with you. I'm going to list down my goals, which I set for myself at the beginning of the year. Number 2, already I have written them, so I'm just going to take them and just see what I have achieved. So the next step is ticking what I have achieved. If you did not set any goals for yourself, maybe this is time to set your goals. You can come up with your goals and make sure at least you're working on something. I'm going to take note of what I have not achieved, what is on track, what I have not achieved, what is behind, and what I may not achieve in the next 6 months. Because sometimes you can predict, because the circumstances you're in at the moment can decide. And the last thing I'm going to do is assess whether the goals are still valid. Sometimes due to life changes, the goals may have to vary. Maybe you set yourself to buy a car, and maybe based on things that have happened, you may not be able to do it. Maybe you had set yourself to buy something for yourself as one person. Your marital status has changed. Maybe you have new dependents who will not allow you to be able to meet some of the goals that you have set for yourself. And on the flip side, maybe your finances have improved, or some things in your life have improved that you now need to increase and maybe enhance the goals. There are those which you had put as long term or medium term, and then you realize maybe you're in a position to achieve them at this point in time. The second thing we're going to focus is money in, money out. How much are you making versus how much are you spending? Are you in the green or bleeding cash? Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where at some point maybe you're living within your means. At some other points you're struggling to live within your means. Where do you feel like you fall right now, and what do you need to do about it? So the first thing I do is compare the current income and versus the projected income. That will be able to help me determine how I will maneuver, especially if you're struggling on your budget. My focus is that I'm projecting to make more money in the next half. Can I hear an amen? The next aspect we're going to look at is the new income sources and the income sources that you would have lost. You'll find sometimes you're making money from different income streams, and some have dried or some need replenishing to be able to keep growing. So at this point, you need to do the assessment and see which area do I need to grow the income and which area do I need to reduce. Maybe you have invested in something and you realize that something is not giving you good returns. You can always move the investment to another investment setup. And we said for you to get into any investment, get to understand the 360 of that investment so that you don't lose your money or you don't get a heartache because you were not getting what you expected to be getting. You need to review your year-to-date expenditure. By the way, do you track your expenses? One way of ensuring you track is using a specific mode of payment, which will save you a lot of agony of writing down or tracking them somewhere. Very soon, we are coming up with a solution for you to digitally track your expenses. So look out for that solution, which will also help you to budget among so many other things. While you're checking your budget year to date, make sure you check where you're overspending so that you reduce the spending and be able to live within your budget. Sometimes you have set a budget tick, which is perfect, but then you're struggling to stick to it. So this is the time to check and make a conscious decision to be disciplined and to stick to your budget. Let me know in the comment section the outcome of this assessment and what you're going to do about it in the next half of the year. The next thing is your budget falling apart or still intact? You know, life changes happens and also inflation happens. So maybe what you anticipated at the beginning of the year is not what is happening right now. So how are you keeping up? What have you adjusted to be able to keep up within your means? Because maybe your income has also not changed. There has been maybe additional deductions which are straining your finances. Let me know in the comment section. So for the budget, you need to review your actual budget versus your spending. Are they aligning? If they're not in line, what are you going to do about it in the next half of the year? Once you realize your budget situation, if you realize there are some adjustments that are needed because of life changes, maybe you got married, maybe you got additional dependents, maybe your income has reduced, your income has increased, make all the necessary shifts. But remember, you don't have to increase your expenses because your income has increased, but you're always welcome to increase your savings. If you have been following us for a while, you know we advocate for 50, 30, 20. So if you're sticking to your 50, 30, 20, chances are you're not going to get out of order as you try to fit in maybe in the new income that you have recently. You are struggling to fit with the additional income that has happened in the course of the year. If need be, you need to set or reset your monthly spending. Setting means if you didn't have it. Reset is if you feel there are gaps once you do your budget analysis, you reset. The next thing, you've been spending, but have you been saving? Of course, if you have been following us on TikTok or this channel, you have seen we have a 30-week saving challenge. And if you're in the challenge, then obviously you're saving. But here is the question. What are you saving for? What we have said time and again is the first thing you need to save for is your emergency fund, which is between 3 to 12. Okay, 6 is ideal, but I always advocate for 3 to 12 months worth of living. That way, even if you don't have a job for 6 months, you can be able to sustain your current lifestyle. Number 2, you need to start planning your retirement. Nowadays, children are not a pension plan, so you better plan your own pension. Okay? And finally, you need to save for your goals. You obviously have short, within a year, medium, 2 to 5 years, and long-term goals. You desire to maybe own a home, own a car, and all those, travel for a vacation, your Christmas party, your birthday party, and all those parties that you would want to have. So what are you doing about them? Are you saving? Are you aligning all of them accordingly, or you're focusing on a few and neglecting the others? Let me know in the comment section. The next thing is debt management. Your debt needs a strategy, not hope. I'm hoping to get some money next week and I'll be able to pay the loan. I'll be able to pay my friend No, that will not work. You need a strategy of how you will pay the loan. Like what is ideal and what I do is I focus on the high interest debts. I pay them, and then now as we go down, okay, like you can always prioritize a credit card because it's one of the most expensive debts. And the other debts, if you're in a position to pay them in a shorter period, even better. The next thing is retirement and investments. Is your money working as hard as you do? How is the progress with your retirement, with your savings? Are you maximizing on your employer's pension scheme? And if your employer doesn't have a pension scheme, do you have an individual pension scheme to make sure that you're saving something towards your retirement? Investment. Are you investing or you're just hitting all the money within the month, and by the next month, even if you're asked to pay an extra bill, you can't? Let me know in the comment section. Do you have something that can pay you while you sleep? Or what other ways are you working towards to create a passive income? Let me know in the comment section. Next thing is financial literacy and habits. What have you learned about finances in the first half of the year? And what do you think you need to learn in the remaining period of the year? What habits have you adopted that you felt that they have changed your relationship with your money? I'd love to know in the comment section. The next thing is reset and commit. Are you where you thought you would be right now? And if you're not, what are you doing about it? You need to make a change for yourself. You can reset by creating new goals or goals for the first time, and be committed to your goals to ensure that you achieve them. Let me know in the comment section how you're going to commit and reset your goals. Not where you thought you would be? Well, it's not too late. You can reset and recommit. Review your goals based on progress and reality and see where you are and where you wanted to be. Write one financial habit that you're going to adopt for the remainder of the year. Celebrate your wins so far, big or small, it is your win. Let me know in the comment section which is your win and what you're going to do to change your life for the next 6 months. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. See you on the next one. Bye.